Hello ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your scheduled programming to bring you breaking news from inside Abstergo Industries. Reports are coming in of a critical malfunction within a high-level Animus simulation. Abstergo technicians have confirmed that multiple memory streams from different historical periods have begun overlapping, causing severe instability inside the system. Assassins from separate eras, individuals who have never existed at the same time, are now present within the same simulated environment. According to Abstergo sources, the Animus has entered what they are calling a correction loop. To prevent total desynchronization, the system has begun forcibly pairing subjects together, creating temporary alliances in an attempt to stabilize this simulation. 14 assassins have been identified. They are being divided into 7 tag teams. No pieces of Eden are currently active and no ISU-based enhancements have been detected. All they have are training, experience and instinct. Abstergo officials have stated that the simulation will continue eliminating unsustainable data until only one team remains. Further information is currently unavailable at this time, and we will keep you updated. We have Altair and Jacob as Team 1. Team 2 is Ezio and Nawe. Team 3 is Connor and Yasuke. Team 4 is Edward and Evie. Team 5 is Bayek and Basim. Team 6 is Cassandra and Arno. And last but not least, we have Eivor and Shay. 7 teams enter the broken Animus. Let's begin. This is round 1 and fight 1. We have Connor and Yasuke versus Edward and Evie. Edward opens loud, pistols, movement, and trying to gain some momentum. He fights like a pirate, not an assassin. Evie disappears instantly, trying to isolate Connor. Yasuke does not chase. He plants himself between Edward and Connor, absorbing shots, forcing Edward into close combat. Edward, in his arrogance, has committed. Connor reaches him first. Steel clashes. Edward fights ferociously, smiling even as he bleeds, but Connor never slows down. Edward falls by his grandson's hand. Evie strikes from behind, nearly killing Connor, but Yasuke turns, cuts off her escape, forcing her back into the open. Connor recovers and Evie does not escape twice. That is Connor and Yasuke advancing to round 2. In fight 2 of round 1, we have Bayek and Basim versus Cassandra and Arno. This fight is controlled, calculated. We have no Isu artifacts, no spear tricks, just instinct and experience. Basim circles Arno, feeding him false openings, whispering confidence he has not earned. Bayek clashes head-on with Cassandra, brutal, even relentless. Arno commits too hard. Basim kills him instantly. Bayek and Cassandra continue, neither yielding, neither retreating. Even Cassandra disengaged to reassess. Basim is already behind her. Not honourable, effective. Basim and Bayek advance to round 2. Fight 3 of round 1, we have Altair and Jacob versus Eivor and Shay. Jacob rushes in first, aggressive, impatient. Shay has anticipated this. Jacob is wounded early on with hard, brutal strikes, but he still stays in the fight. And now it is Altair and Shay, 2 killers who understand assassin habits, because one wrote them and the other used them to dismantle the order. Altair disengages, disappears. Shay turns to coordinate with Eivor, and that hesitation costs him. Altair strikes from above. Shay never sees the blade coming. Eivor explodes in motion, raw power, relentless pressure, but with no Isu vision and no mystic rage, just a warlord. Jacob draws her attention and Altair controls the space. Together they wear her down. Eivor falls fighting, ferocious till the end, and advancing on to round 2, we have Altair and Jacob. So, ladies and gentlemen, one team gets a bye this week, and it is Norway and Ezio, and they move on to round 2. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 2. To try and reset the Animus, we have Ezio and Norway versus Altair and Jacob. Jacob charges in again, and Ezio punishes this mistake instantly. Altair and Ezio finally clash. They are disciplined, precise, and controlled. Norway and Altair trade shadows. Movement too fast for brute force. Ezio adapts. He always adapts. Norway draws Altair out just long enough. Ezio lands the killing blow, and that is it. Ezio and Norway advance to the next round. The next fight in round 2 is Connor and Yasuke versus Bayek and Basim. Basim tries to manipulate. Connor does not hesitate. Basim dies mid-sentence. Bayek fights Yasuke head-on. Emotional, relentless, refusing to back down. Connor supports instead of charging alone. Bayek is overwhelmed. He falls with dignity, and now advancing is Connor and Yasuke. The final fight to correct the Animus, we have Ezio and Norway versus Connor and Yasuke. Connor targets Norway immediately, holds his own with experience, intelligence, and control. But against 2 brutes, he cannot compete. Yasuke absorbs the punishment. Connor never stops pressing. Ezio dies standing. The winning team is Connor and Yasuke. That is it, ladies and gentlemen. The Animus stabilizes, but the correction isn't finished yet. It says there can be only one assassin left. No allies, no creed, and no escape. We have Connor versus Yasuke. Yasuke dominates early through power, reach, and control. Connor bleeds. He retreats. He moves. Yasuke commits. Connor never stops moving. One opening, one strike, and Yasuke has fooled. Ladies and gentlemen, we bring you breaking news from inside Abstergo Industries. The Animus looks like it is finally beginning to stabilize. Technicians have said that there was only one winner in the fight to stabilize, and it was Connor